Welcome back to Growth Catalyst Hub. In our channel, we look at the kind of skills that you need to upgrade so that your career is turbocharged. In this episode, we are going to look at the 6 phrases, magical phrases, which will take your career in a growth trajectory. These are phrases which great salespeople use. These are phrases which are used by great negotiators. These are phrases which are used by great collaborators in team meetings. And it's important for you to understand what these phrases are and why these are magical. Remember, words have magic in them. When you use the right words in the right place, in the right manner, and the tonality and with intention, you move things, you move people, you move heart, you move mind. So let's dive right in and see which phrases, what phrases these are, and why these have such a magical power. One, what do you see as the biggest challenge here? Very simple phrase. What do you see as the biggest challenge here? This invites people to open up. You have been talking for some time. You don't seem to get through. You are seeing some obstacle. The person is half listening, half not listening, nodding and shaking her head. And you see that the person is having and some kind of a trouble agreeing with you. Now you need to pause and let the person open up. The person is seeing some obstacle. She is not sharing it with you. The person is seeing some challenges. She's not sharing it with you. So it's important to bring that challenge, bring that obstacle out in the open. So the question, the simple phrase, the magic is, what do you think are the biggest challenges here as you see them? When you ask this question, this helps the person to open up. This helps the person to understand that you are actively listening to the person. This also helps her to understand, yes, you are all ears. You want to collaborate with her and move things forward. It's not as if you are imposing your perspective, your view, your solution to them. And you are very clearly actively looking at collaborating along with them, moving the solution forward. So when you ask this question, what do you see as the biggest challenge here? The person sees that as an opening and pours her heart out. They tell you about what the challenges are. They tell you about what their perspectives are. They tell you about hidden things that you may not have considered. All things come tumbling down. And this gives you an opportunity to consider them collaboratively, consider them together so that you can move towards solving those problems. So it's a magical phrase, simple question that you are asking. What do you see as the biggest challenge? Yeah. Number two, let me show you how this works in practice. When you say this, and when you say this after talking about things in abstract, talking about conceptual things, and you are not making much of a headway, and you say that, okay, conceptual clarity, while it is coming out, it is still not moving the mountain of resistance somewhere there that you are seeing, then that is where you say this magic, absolutely magical phrase. Let me show you how this works in practice. When you say this and go on to explain and paint a vivid picture of how things work, why this concept is useful, how this concept is applicable in the real life, what are the ABCs of this concept getting worked out in real life, how do you go about doing it? When you break it down brick by brick, when you show the path in terms of step by step, what needs to be done and how this concept is working in practice, it could be about how physics works. It could be about how business works. It could be about simple things like how leasing has to be done or how the particular rate of interest is going to work for that particular customer. Or it could be about solving a particular engineering problem, whatever that is, the topic that you are discussing. When you move over from the realms of concept into the realms of practice, when you say that this is how things get applied in the real world and you explain, a lot of times the haze around the conceptual understanding goes away. And now the person can see for themselves as to, okay, this is how it is going to apply. And they can vividly imagine in their mind as to how the application will be. That helps move forward in terms of the problem that you are solving as a team, the thing that you are negotiating as a team, much faster manner than just keeping on talking about the conceptual things only, which will all remain on air. So when you say, let me show you how things work in practice and go on to show that is a great way to move discussion forward. Number three, I've had great success with this, and here is why it works. When you say this and share your experience, share your positive experience, share how you succeeded using this idea, then people sit up because it's not just some abstract thing. It's not just some, company policy. It's not some sales pitch that you are indulging in. You are sharing your positive experience, your own experience, which can be utilized by them, which can be shared with them, which can open up an idea, open up a way of doing things for them. And therefore, when people talk about great success with doing things like this, and why don't you share my success? And this is how I did. If I did it, you can also do it. When you get onto that kind of a methodology, when you get onto that kind of a magical phrase, then people sit up and people are a lot more willing to listen to you and understand your perspectives and where you are coming from. Therefore, what would make it perfect for you? Maybe you are a salesperson, first year into job, you are trying to sell it to customer, and the customer is okay, but still not okay. You're seeing some hesitation and you want to cross the bridge fully. So you're asking, what would make it perfect for you? Tell me what you need. I will tailor it for you. So that the magical phrase tells a person that you are willing to go a long way for the person. The customer understand that, oh, this person is very eager to fulfill my demands the way that I want this solution to work for me. And she is willing to listen to me in terms of what that is. So when you say, tell me what will make it perfect for you, tells the customer a lot of things about your eagerness and opens up. And now the customer will tell you exactly what is required. Now your teammates will tell you exactly what they think they need to move the solution forward. When you understand their perspective, and this phrase is a great way to open up that perspective, you are able to solve their problem a lot more effectively and move towards a solution. So five, here is the best part. You have been building arguments, you have been building logic, you have been building why this feature is good, why this feature is better, why that feature is even better, and why and how you will get benefits out of all of these features, which are going to be useful, why this solution, why this problem can be licked by this methodology. You are building and building and building. And when you say, here is the best part, the people sit up because they know that, okay, it is building like a story. And now the climactic condition is coming, the maximum, the best part is going to come, and they're waiting for that. It is a way of storytelling. It's a way of building the sales pitch. It is also the way of building the best part, the hero part of the solution in front of your teammates. It works because it builds up the story in a beautiful manner. And when you put it up in a right manner, they sit up and they listen to you, open up for you. Last one. I can see how that might work for you, but have you considered this approach? When you say this, you, in the first part, you agree with them that what they think is the right approach, what they think as a solution to the problem is a possible, probable working solution. So there is no disagreement. You, in fact, are agreeing with them, and therefore they are mentally okay because you are already agreeing with them, saying, yes, that is a possible way forward. You don't see any disagreement there. So having agreed, now you are going and painting a picture of alternatives which they may not have considered. It's important to show that agreement so that they are mentally given the respect that they need, given the assurance that they need that their solution, what they have thought of, is a workable solution. Now, since you have agreed, they're open and receptive to your next ideas. That is where you pitch in your idea in terms of painting vivid possibilities of the alternatives. Have you considered this approach? Have you considered this approach? Approach A versus approach B versus approach C. Plan A versus plan B versus plan C. And alternative plans and backup plans. Have you considered all this? And then you can get into pros and cons of these different plans because now the person is in a better receptive mood to understand what alternatives that you're going to paint for them. When you build arguments like this, it is easy for the other person to accept those arguments rather than if you had said that, no, no, I don't agree with you because this is the best way. And then they are as closed as they can be, and there is no possibility of them listening to your alternatives. And hence, it is important for you to address that acceptance issue first, which is what you do when you say, I agree that these are workable or possibilities. I agree that your approach, what you are saying, is going to work. But have you considered these other alternatives? We have seen 6 different points in terms of what you can say, 6 different phrases which can bring in great magic because words are magic and they can do a lot of things in terms of opening up perspectives, opening up people, making people to see your point of view and working in a collaborative manner and opening up purses and wallets of the customers because they're able to see that you are able to offer great solutions for them. And when you use these phrases in the right manner, they open up a world of possibilities for you too. Wishing you all the very best. I have given a set of exercises based on all of these 6 points. You can take these exercises, you can practice. The more you practice, the better you become. Look at all of these exercises. They give a lot more than what is just spoken in this video. They give the nuance of how you can practice and how you can benefit them. Please download. They're all completely free and take it and run with it. Wishing you all the very best once again. See you in our next episode.